Welcome, Biafra. So this follower on our YouTube page made this comment on one of our pages regarding the Biafra self-referendum starting February 1st. The person wrote, he said, "Jokers, the last referendum that was organized in Africa for South Sudan was by Sudanese government under the supervision of the United Nations. It is within the power of Nigerian government under UN supervision to organize referendum for any group. This is the procedure." So apparently this person is against the planned referendum, stating that it is within the powers of the Nigerian government to organize this referendum. And if I may ask, if you are allowed, or if you are asked to say, would you allow the Nigerian government conduct this referendum, knowing fully well their antecedent in elections and how they manipulate results and manipulate elections? Would you expect a credible election from these people? I don't think any person in their right senses would agree to the fact that Nigeria can actually, conduct a free and fair election. Now, before I digress, let me explain further why it is important for people who are educated, for people who are smart, for people who understand the international rudiments of laws and acceptable activities in the international space. Let me inform you that this is the more reason why many people are following Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoko. Because one, he has every right, having instituted the Biafra government in exile, he has every right to do what? To conduct elections, which is one of the activities, one of the rights, one of the privileges of government in exile. This has been used in the past by many nations to get their nation as they are today. But it is because most of us are not informed, and that is why we go about making uninformed, responses on public space. Now, permit me to, educate you more. Now, this is the meaning of government in exile. A government in exile is a political group that claims to be the legitimate government of a sovereign state or semi-sovereign state, but is unable to exercise legal power and instead resides in a foreign country. Governments in exile usually plan to one day return to their native country and regain formal power. A government in exile differs from a rump state in the sense that the latter controls at least part of its former territory. For example, during the World War I, nearly all of Belgium was occupied by Germany, but Belgium and its allies held on to a small slice in the country's west. A government in exile, in contrast, has lost all its territory. However, in practice, the difference might be minor. In the above example, the Belgian government at Saint-Adresse was located in French territory and acted as a government in exile for most practical purposes. The government in exile tend to occur during wartime occupation or in the aftermath of a civil war, revolution, or military coup. For example, during German expansion and advance in World War II, some European countries sought refuge in the United Kingdom rather than face destruction at the hands of Nazi Germany. On the other hand, the provisional government of Free India proclaimed by Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose sought to use support from the invading Japanese to gain control of the country from what it viewed as British occupiers, and in the final year of World War II, after Nazi Germany was driven out of France, it maintained the remnants of the Nazi sympathizing Vichy government as a French government in exile at the Saint-Marizien enclave. Now, permit me to go to the activities. What are the powers? What are the duties? What are the activities of a government in exile? International law recognizes that governments in exile may undertake many types of actions in the conduct of their daily affairs. These actions include: 1. Becoming a party to a bilateral or international treaty. 1. 2. Amending or revising its own constitution. 3. Maintaining military forces. 4. Retaining or newly obtaining diplomatic recognition from other states. 5. Issuing identity cards. 6. Allowing the formation of new political parties. And 7. Holding elections. Now, you have seen that one of the activities, the powers, the benefits of government in exile is that you have the power to hold elections. And that is why when Simon Ekpa was clamoring and saying that there is need for a government in exile and created a government in exile, many people were against him, attacking him. But this man is working under internationally acceptable laws. You can't just come and say you want to, just like IPOB is, you just come and say you want to conduct referendum. It is not possible. But when you become a government in exile, you have instituted a government, elected persons as members of this cabinet and government in exile, then you can conduct elections. And it is in that power that the Biafra government in exile is conducting self-referendum. And the self-referendum would, be spearheaded by one of the best, companies in the world. And as such, if at any point any government tries to question the legitimacy of the Biafran people, the legitimacy of the declaration of Biafra, you will present these referendum election results to them. And when they want to query and say how and where did you get this result from, you would state that this is coming from an internationally recognized company that operates and carries out elections. And when they see the capacity of this company, they have nothing else to do but to accept the results of the referendum. So when people who are smart are making smart moves, you follow them, learn and understand what is happening. You don't just follow people who come out on social media to talk and rant and, you must listen, you must follow suit, you must educate yourself. Because if you are not informed, you are deformed. So you must get yourself informed such that once things are happening, once things are being done, you can gravitate towards understanding where these people are coming from and where they are going to. This is common sense. So I believe I have responded to this person and I have given this person clearer view on what is actually playing out. It is a game of sense that Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoku is playing. And he is following every international law acceptable. And that is why it is very difficult for the zoo to do anything against him, because they know that he is following the international laws. This is reality. Thank you for listening.